Today we're going to cook fried corn. I want to show you a simple way to cook it, and it's going to be pretty fast. You're going to line one half of your sink with newspaper, sort of in a wall. So open up the newspaper and make it longer. You're going to go around a big bowl. I'm using a plastic bowl. You could use any size bowl. Once you do that, all the way around, mainly near curtains, you want to have the wall higher, because as you choke the corn, it's going to splash on the paper and not all over your walls and curtains. And that's how you're going to do it. So let's get started. I'll show you how to get the corn off the cob. You're going to go to your bowl, tilt the corn so that it aims down into your bowl. Then take your sharp knife and you're going to lightly you don't have to put any hard pressure, just lightly saw down the corn in a light motion so that the corn comes off into the bowl. And you're going to slowly turn your corn until you get that done all the way around. You're not trying to cut all the way down. You're just going to cut light layer, because you're going to go back in and do that with a spoon. But as you cut your layers, when you get to your next row, you're kind of still cutting over the previous row, but lightly. Don't go too deep. Just enough to glide the knife through. And then just rake the corn off into the bowl. Once you do that, I didn't go all the way around because I want to show you how to get the juices out. You're going to take a big spoon like this. This is a big spoon. And you're going to hold the corn, and then you're going to rake down into the bowl just like that. Just rake the parts that you have cut. Usually I'll cut all the way around, but this is just to show you how it's done. Just keep raking until you don't see any more juices or anything coming out the corn. As you do that, you continue moving the corn around. And now I gotta continue with this, but that's how it's done. Simple and easy. And you have juice in the bowl. You can always add more juice later by pouring water or something like that. So that's what you do. So continue the same thing with every ear on the plate until everything is finished. It's time for cleanup. Simple and easy. Okay, here's the paper. And I put the corn that's cleared back on the original pan. And what I'm going to do is just use other trash to enclose it. I had an old pizza. I'm going to use the plastic from it. Put the corn inside of that, just like that. Put it down in this old bag. Now, once you get that in there, you can add to that bag. Roll your paper up. Your sink is brand new, not a spill. And put that in the bag, and it's ready for the trash. Simple as that. And clean along the way. It helps a lot when you're cooking. So the whole area is basically clean. Looks like I never used it. Simple tip. Getting ready to fry up the corn. There's my corn in the bowl. I sprayed some cooking spray on this pan that I have, this older pan. It's kind of deep. And I put some cooking oil. I'm not sure how many tablespoons. Possibly 4 or 5. Since there's going to be a lot of servings in this, it's okay to put a lot of oil. I'm also going to use butter that is salted. You could use unsalted if you like. I'm going to use salted. I'm going to put a little bit of that for flavor later in the cooking. I'm also going to put sugar, cracked pepper, And I'm going to use the spices: sea salt, paprika, garlic, and a little cayenne pepper for a little tiny kick. And instead of chopping or mincing an onion, I'm going to use minced onion in a jar. It's like a dry onion. So the first thing you want to do is turn on your top and heat. I'd say turn it on about 7. This is an electric stove. So about 7. Let your pan come to a complete heat, as if you were stir frying or something. So let's wait on that. Emptied all my corn into the hot grease or oil. And once you've done that, you could begin by using a stirring spoon and just sort of stir it around so the butter can hit everywhere. And just let it continue to fry. And as you fry, you're going to be flipping the corn over so that it's frying on all sides. Just let that corn cook. I say let it cook about 10 minutes and then fold it around, because your object is to cook the corn so it'll be well done when you're eating it. So you want to cook it thoroughly. So just let it, if you need to turn the fire back, you can. I have it on 7 on an electric stove, so you can use your own judgment on that. But I'm going to let that cook for a moment. Your corn is cooking really well. You're going to take your flat surface spoon or spatula and begin folding in. As you can see, the corn is browning. That's what you want it to do. There's plenty of oil in there, so it's not sticking. But once you add that sugar, it might. But just continue to fold it around. Turn your pan as you begin folding or flipping the corn. Just make sure you do it all the way around. Spread it out. And just let it continue cooking. Always make sure you get everything off your spoon. You don't want no good ingredients to be on your spoon while everything else is cooking. So there you go. Just continue cooking. It's bubbling up really well. As you can see, it's looking really good. It's probably going to taste really good. And continue cooking. You can always turn the fire down if you need to. But I'm going to leave mine up at 7. And I'm going to let it continue to fry. Cooking and smelling really good. The butter is melting. I'm going to add some cracked pepper into this. I love cracked pepper, so I'm going to put some good amount of cracked pepper in there. Just put as much as you like. Whatever spices you like, just put as many as you want. Just make it good. I like a peppery taste. So there we go. The butter's melting in there. There's pepper in there. There's other spices. Get a little cayenne pepper for kick. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a spoon. I'm going to add, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take this sugar, just pour a little bit in here. Just pour some sugar in. You can put as much sugar as you like. I'm not going to even measure, because I like sweet corn. Looks like it could be maybe a 1/4 cup, a little more, almost near half. So now, just let that butter and the other spices cook a little bit, maybe about 2 minutes. And then once 2 minutes is over, we'll start folding and stirring. And this is smelling really good. It's still sizzling and hot, and I've give it a few minutes. And there it is, cooking really well. Now, keep stirring it over. Just like that. Stir those sides. Get those sides well. That's why you need a spatula. Just get those sides. Get it really well. Continue cooking it well, folding it in, letting every bit of it get cooked. You could turn it in whatever way you like, as long as you get it mixed up so that every bit of corn is cooked. Spread it out. Flip it, mix it, stir it, whichever way is best for you. Just get it done. And as you do that, all the corn will cook. So just let that continue to cook. You can turn your fire down a little bit more to maybe about 3. And just let it just simmer some more. Decided to do is add just a little bit of water, and this is at the end. Just pour a little bit of water in there, maybe about less than 1/3 cup, and kind of stir it up. I put it on simmer. Just let the corn continue to simmer. It's not going to burn if it's simmering, and as you can see, the pan is perfectly clear from sticking. It's not sticking at all anyway, even though I've added the sugar. So just let that water get within the corn and let it just juice the corn up, and it'll help cook the corn even more, making sure that your corn is thoroughly cooked. So now it's real liquidy like, but at the same time it's not a lot of water, but just enough to keep it good and steamy and juicy. So just let that simmer about 10 minutes and it'll be done.